everyone, my name is Temitope Fake and you're welcome to a new episode of Mentor-ish. If it's your first time here, you're welcome. If you are returning, you know the drill, so thank you for showing up. It means a lot to have you here. I hope you had a good week. I mean, the last week, I hope it was a wonderful week for you. My week went well. It was a very busy week for me, so it was like everything just passed in a blur. But then, I'm not complaining. I am thankful. I get to do what I want to do, and yeah, I'm thankful in general, right? I like to refer to myself as Miss Busy nowadays. Like it's like there's always one thing or another to do, but it's all good. I'm here, and that is all that matters. So enough about me and all of this rambling, and let's get right into the topic of the day. So today, I am going to be talking about the topic: protect your energy. And this topic was born out of a conversation I recently had with my little cousin Mercy, who is not exactly little. She's 20 years old, but for some reason I still refer to her as little, right? I'm that kind of auntie that if I watched you from cradle, I don't care how old you are, like you are still always gonna be little to me. So like I'm always gonna forever refer to you as my little cousin, my little niece, my little nephew, my little this. So shout out to you, Mercy. You know your auntie loves you, right? All right. So Mercy is a sweetheart. She is a wonderful girl and she has a very bubbly spirit, wonderful soul, and she is as readable as a book, right? Like when she's happy, you can tell. When she's gloomy, you can actually tell she's that readable, right? So recently, I asked her to come live with me because I live alone, and I must say, Mercy, that I have been enjoying your company in the past months. I know I tell you every time, right? So I've been enjoying her company. It's been wonderful having her around, and there are days when she's of course in the mood, and I do everything I can to get her out of that mood. I try to make her laugh, I tease her, I do 1,001 things that works most of the time, right? So this particular day, Mercy was in the mood, and everything I tried to get her out of it, for some reason, it just wasn't working, and I really tried that day. And then I just thought to myself, oh, let me try something else. Let me try something new. So what I did was I mirrored her energy, right? I faked the mood myself, I offered the silent treatment. Now, I'm not usually petty. In fact, I am not a petty person. But for some reason, I just felt like, oh, let me just do this. And I faked the mood, I was really quiet, not talking. And of course, it got to her. And then eventually she came to me and she's like, my auntie, did I do something? Did something happen? You've not been talking, this, yada, yada. I'm like, baby, I just wanted you to feel exactly how I feel when you offer the silent treatment, when you're moody and I'm trying everything I can to make you happy. I just wanted you to feel the kind of energy that you were projecting, right? And I made her understand, look, I always want you to be happy because, of course, I love you so much and I want you to be happy at all times, right? And at the same time, I always want the right energy around me, right? Now, whether you admit it or not, the energy you have around you to a large extent influences your mental state. Have you ever been with someone who is grumpy, and you've asked them over and over again, are you okay? Is something wrong? Did I do something to you? And then they grumpily tell you, no, I'm okay. Everything is okay, right? If you can leave, right? Because of course that makes the environment very tense and all of that. So if you can leave, right, you try to leave. But if you cannot, you notice that at some point, because of course you're feeling so uncomfortable, right? And that energy reverberates back to you, and it gives this very tense situation and tense environment, and you really do not want to be a part of it, right? Exactly. I'm sure every one of us can relate. We've all probably experienced that at some point or another in our lives, right? Now, That is not what today's topic is about. I just had to cite some instances, right? So today's topic is mostly relating to your friends, your family, your relationship, and the need to protect your energy, protect your space, and protect the people that you let into your space. Many people are going through life with baggage of insecurity, right? Because of the kind of persons that they've allowed into their space. People who have projected their own insecurities, their own inadequacies, their own negativity on you. You hear things like, why are you so fat? Why are you so thin? And maybe that's probably an area that you're not very comfortable with, and you're having someone like tell you all of that, or you have people telling you, oh, what are you even bringing to the table? By the way, I recently spoke with someone and she told me her boyfriend said that, and he said, what are you even bringing to the table? And I asked her, what are you doing with this person? Like, why are you entertaining this kind of relationship with this kind of person who is constantly vocally tearing you down, right? I mean, this is not the first time she has complained of such, and she's always complaining, he said this, he said that, he said this, he said that. The truth is, these little things, whether you know it or not, tear you down, right? It seeps into your subconscious and leaves scars that you're not even aware of, and maybe like much more later in life, they begin to appear, and you're like, oh, how did this happen? How did I become this way? There's this friend of mine that when I met her, she was always on the defensive, like always like ready to like get into a fight, not like a physical fight, but like always ready to like defend herself. Like she feels like you were trying to, like you're attacking her even when you're trying to correct her. She's just in the attack and defense mode, and you're like, calm down. I'm not trying to hurt you here. And then the closer I got to her, I understood that in the past she's been in relationships with people who, they were quick to tear her down, with vocally, of course, with their words, and then she had to build this defense mechanism. Right now, she is no longer in a relationship with those persons, but she still went around carrying that baggage of what came with that relationship. But thankfully now she's coming out of it. I mean, she's much more better. She's a much more happy person. That's because, of course, she took some effort, right? She had to, she realized that, oh, okay, she was doing this wrongly. She realized the wrongs. And then, of course, she had to take conscious effort, right, to pull off that baggage and move past what she had endured in the past, right? But I am trying to tell you that do not let it get to that point, right? Like, don't let it get to that point before you think, oh, let me come out of this sticky situation. Like, you can get out of that sticky situation right now, right? And for some people, it's not just the vocal tear down. It could be an emotional tear down, more like an emotional battery, which I must say I think is just as worse or as terrible as a vocal battery. Some people, no matter what you do, they just make you feel less of yourself. They make you feel like you're not doing enough. They just make you feel like, nothing you do counts. So like nothing you do is enough. And the funny thing is, these things don't only happen or occur in relationships, right? You can have it at your workspace, right? You can have it with your friends, it could be anybody, right? Like they just make you feel so inadequate, like valueless, like you're like, no matter what you do, like it's just not enough for them, right? For me, what I advise is whatever situation that is clearly tearing you down, affecting your peace, please by all means leave already, right? Sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm tough, I can handle it. But the truth is, yes, you might be able to handle it because your subconscious has been trained to like be on this defense mode. At the same time, you're also soaking up all of this like a sponge and you don't even know. right? Until at some point these insecurities begin to play out, and you're like, oh, or people begin to point out these insecurities to you, right? So what I advise people is protect your energy, protect your space, right? If if you are surrounded by negativity, walk out of it, right? If you have negative people around you, walk out of it, walk out of them, or walk them out of your life. Because if you're not doing any of the above, then you are automatically allowing them walk through you and trample you down. Now, I know someone is probably saying, what if it's a figure like an important figure in my life, like someone I can't exactly like escape? Maybe if it's maybe an abusive parent, someone who constantly like tears you down with their words. I can't exactly escape that. Of course, I can walk out of my parents or something. Okay, I know there might be some situations that might be really toxic, and at that moment you don't really like have a control over it. But what you can do is create a safe space for yourself, right? Like I'll call it like your own safe space, your own haven. Even in the midst of all of that, create a haven for yourself that you can go to and like unwind, and of course it's going to require much more effort. The best thing will be for you to leave a sticky situation. The best thing will be for you to leave a negative situation. But if you cannot, then you have to put in the work to consciously tell yourself and reassure to yourself who you are, and not allow those words define you, right? You have to consciously create the space, the energy you want. Yes, it requires much more effort, right? But it's better than doing nothing if you are in a negative situation that you cannot leave, right? And I must also include this. If you are in a negative situation that can be fixed, by all means, fix it. Now, we've talked about you moving out of a negative situation. We've also talked about you creating your own safe haven, right? I'm also going to mention this. If you are in a negative situation, or if you're surrounded by negative energy that can be fixed, by all means, fix it, right? Now, this is, for instance, for people who are married and maybe, there's a lot of negativity, right? And negative energy in the relationship, in the marriage, and you feel like this marriage and this relationship is worth saving, by all means, fix it, right? Yes, just like I earlier cited with the relationship with my little cousin, who I always want to see happy and try to make her happy, right? And that's because I value relationship with her. I love her with my whole heart, and I know she loves me too. And of course, if you love someone, you always want to make things right. Even if even if you're down, even if you are not the cause, you just want them to be happy, right? Exactly. So if you are in a negative situation that can be salvaged, they can be fixed, right? By all means, fix it. There's so many things that something as little as communication can fix. Communication can fix a whole lot of things, right? I feel like we underestimate the importance of communication, be it in marriage, relationship, friendship, and all of that. Okay? Now, I'm not going to speak so much about marriage because I'm not married, but I know for sure that whatever relationship you value and you think and you believe that it can be changed for the better or the best, you want to put in effort, right? So if it's a situation that can be fixed, a negative energy that can be changed, be the change in that situation, right? Project a lot of love, project a lot of positive energy. So I'm saying all of this to say it is important to protect your energy because you can only be productive when you are surrounded by the right energy, the right people, because energy is always like bouncing off, reverberating from one place to another, from one person to another, and ooh, if you want to be in that space of like creativity, that space of achievement, then you want to create the right space. You want to create the right environment for yourself, and nobody's going to do that for you. You have to do that by yourself. You have to take conscious effort to do that by yourself. So that brings us to the end of today's topic. I hope it was interesting. Most importantly, I hope it was impactful. Please drop your comments below, and whatever questions you might have or anything, suggestions, anything, please leave them in the comment section below. And of course, please like this video and share this video and subscribe to this channel so you can get much more of this sort of content, right? And once again, thank you for stopping by at Mentor-ish. It was a delight to have you here. And until next time, be good, take care of yourself, and bye.